So I don't want people to be a pushover in role play. I don't want them to be like, oh, you sold me, I'm in, sign me up for your most expensive package. Haha, is like a goofy, fun thing to do. It's funny at first, but nobody improves because of that. So instead, I want my client to push back on the salesperson, to give them a hard time. But again, don't make it impossible.
You're an inspiration to our entire organization.
Welcome to the Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast. We're going to be talking the done-for-you marketing and sales strategies proven to work with boutique fitness gyms to increase quality lead flow and grow your revenue. Don't try to be a professional marketer and waste tons of money. Let the experts at Lasso do it for you. And now, here are your hosts, Blake Ruff and Sherman Merritt.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast. I'm your guest host, Jeff Burlingame, and that means we're talking sales. Today, specifically, I want to work you guys through the process of role play in order to help improve not only your selling skills, but also, obviously, the selling skills of your teams. So as you go and you offload sales, as you should through the evolution, growth, and upscaling of your business, you're going to have to make sure that those who take over selling for you are skilled in the art of sales. And it takes a bit of effort. It's not just something where you're looking for somebody who has just a magic inherent selling skills. Nobody is a born salesperson. Everybody acquires that skill set through practice and experience. So I'd rather have them practice before they go into their first live experience, obviously, so that they can be refined with that skill set. So think of it as sharpening a knife before that first attempt at a cut. We don't want to go in with a dull knife. I don't want to just throw them to the wolves and say, good luck, sink or swim. And then when they don't make a sale, all of a sudden I'm pointing fingers and I'm like, why didn't you make that sale? No, that's on me. I have to take that ownership as the owner, as the gym owner here. So let's work through how we improve their skill set. How do we get them to that point? In a previous episode, we talked about the process. The process is the process is the process, if you remember me saying repeatedly. It is very important. So it starts with the process. You have to have one in place. It can't live rent-free in your brain. It has to be in everybody's brain. And the only way to do that is to document it. So go back, listen to that episode, a couple episodes back there, and make sure that you have that process documented and everyone is following it to the T. So I want them to learn the process first. Once they learn the process, they have the idea, hey, here's the outline of how we go through our sales conversations, aka no sweat intro, consultative sales practice, and or trial. Here's what you have to go through. And then what's the presentation? How are we actually closing the deal? Here's your presentation. Here's how you close. Once they have a grasp of that, what we're going to do is we're going to start putting this into practice through role play sessions. Now, what I recommend to you first, and I'll say this till I'm blue in the face until I get everybody doing this. I'm okay with repeating myself. I'll do it until it sticks for everybody. But number one, you have to have a sales meeting on a weekly basis. Anybody in your gym involved in selling has to be at this meeting. So if it's front desk staff, if it's your actual salespeople, if it's coaches who have their hands in sales, or if you have a trial process and coaches are involved, they're all there. If you are selling, you are obviously there, and you should conduct the meeting and run it anyways. So have a sales meeting in place. Prioritize it on Mondays. It has to be on Monday. There's no other day of the week that it should be. So Mondays, it happens, whether it's morning, midday, whatever. On that day, you're going to spend about 5 minutes recapping the data. What does the data tell us? What are we seeing? What are we trending with? What's working? What's not working? And if you're tracking simple sales data, you should be looking at your leads, your booked appointments, your showed appointments, and your closes. And then we can find trends within each one of those. Are we booking enough of these leads? Are we hitting our goal percentages there? Are enough of those leads then showing up to those appointments? And are we closing at a high enough percentage? And if we're not doing one or the other of those different areas, if we're not meeting that criteria, then we have to put together an action plan and go after it. So first 5, we'll call it 10 minutes, is data action plan. So we're not booking enough calls. Let's go work on that. We're going to spend the rest of the week calling as many leads as we possibly can. We're practicing double dialing. We're shooting out text. We're sending video messages. We're doing whatever it takes to try and get a hold of more people so we can book more calls. Go, right? If it's a leads issue, we're not booking because we don't have enough leads, then we're working on our ads, ad copy, or we're reaching out to the team here at Lasso. Whatever it is, like we're working on that. If it's closing percentage, we're doing what we're talking about right now. So let's role play. So then the remainder of that hour, which it should be about an hour, is 45, 50 minutes remaining, we're going to spend solely on role play. Here's the rules. Let's lay it out. Let's set the groundwork, our foundation for a successful role play session. Number one, everybody's got to take it seriously. If we're all goofing off, it's fun. Let's have some laughs with our team. Let's save that for a different time. This is not the time for that. This is serious, right? We're going to sit down. We're going to take it seriously. We're going to put in the effort, and we're going to learn from this and improve our skill set on the other side. That is crucial. Too many times I see role play as just an easy opportunity to goof off. Nobody learns anything. Nobody gets any better. So that's the first thing, right? From there, we want to make sure that we have this framed out. So when you role play, we don't want to just role play the entire sales appointment top to bottom. That's a mistake. Zoom in on a specific area. So if we can notice through trending, through watching our team sell, through looking at recordings of sales calls, through just asking them individually, like, hey, what is our greatest opportunity for improvement throughout the sales process? Is it your presentation? Is it getting SMART goals? Is it building rapport? Is it uncovering desire? Is it uncovering high levels of urgency? Is it a transition from the actual sales conversation to the sales presentation? Is it the closing question? Is it handling objections? You can see the list goes on and on, right? You need to figure out what specific area it is that they struggle with and then target that area for the day. One target, that's it. So this Monday, we are working solely on spouse objections. This Monday, we are working solely on the presentation of our unique mechanisms as a gym. Today, we are working solely on uncovering one SMART goal, right? Anything that will take you about 5 minutes of role play. So you want to limit each rep to about 5 minutes and then go to the next person. So let's say there's 6 people on my sales team. We're rotating through as fast as we can so I can try to get everybody a shot, a rep, maybe 2 reps by the end of the hour. That is important. Now, from here, how do we do effective role play? We need at least 3 people. 2's okay, 1 is not acceptable, 3 is ideal. So 1 is you. I mean, I'll be honest, that's how I learned sales in the beginning. But it's not ideal. You basically have to record yourself, listen back to it. Ideally, you could send that off to a peer. It could be somebody in the Lasso group, for example. You got a buddy that owns another gym. You've got somebody who's crushing it at sales. That'd be good. You want to meet with me for a one-on-one, bring me your recordings. We could do that. But somebody has to review that. You can't be the sole reviewer. You're not going to benefit that much from that, guaranteed. If you have 2 people, now we're just going to have to police each other. Still not as ideal, but if I hear something weird that this person says to me, then I'm going to pause. We'll call it a timeout, right? We'll talk about that strat in a second, but we're going to time out. We're going to talk through it, and we're going to jump back into the role play. Now, that is good, but it is definitely not the best because as you two are role playing, they're thinking about what to say next. You're thinking about what to say next, and you miss opportunities. The hands down best way to conduct role play is with 3 people per role play. So if I have 10 in my group, I'm designating 3 people, right? It'll be client, salesperson, and then the overseer, right? So you are the overseer, mediator, whatever you want to think of it as. That person is responsible for listening to both people, but mostly the salesperson, the person playing the role of the salesperson. And they need to listen for opportunities to time out or take a break, right? And to talk through things. So if I hear somebody make a mistake, if I hear somebody just get stuck and they're like, I don't know, what do I say? Then I'm time out. And then I want to flex their critical thinking skill muscles. So I want to put them on the spot. What could we say instead? How could we approach this differently? How could we create a positive outcome from this? And then ask them and give them the opportunity first. And if they don't know, then we go to the team. Hey, team, what could so-and-so coach over here have said instead, right? How could we improve this next time around? And then we don't do drive-by coaching, right? So as soon as we say or suggest this thing, hey, they could have done this better, then we're going to put that back on them. Time in, we're back in, and they're going to make an attempt at that. So that's the goal, right? So 3 people, 1 salesperson, 1 client, 1 overseer. Now the overseer, again, you have to be ready to time out at inopportune times. So they might be in the middle, blah, blah, blah. We're talking through this. I'm going to say, time out, right? And then I'm going to pause and we're going to do that, right? Don't wait until they get through the entire rep and be like, hey, remember about 3 minutes ago when we were halfway through the role play and you said this? They're going to say, no, I don't remember that. Obviously, that was minutes ago. So you need to stop them right when it happens. So you are an interrupter, a disruptor, right? In fact, maybe we just call that the role. You're the disruptor. So there is a client, a salesperson, and a disruptor. The disruptor stops that role play, and then they say, hey, here's what I want you to try, time in, and then take it away. And that person jumps back in and goes. This keeps the session moving. It is rapid. We should be constantly moving through this. There's no pausing, sitting around, waiting, or anything like that. It's time out, say this instead, time in, they try to say it. And that's it. You're building a reflexive state. So they're getting to a point where their responses to sales questions or objections and different parts of the process become reflexive. They just know what to say and they say it right away. That is where we want to get them to. That is a sharpened skill knife, right? Like that's the point where they are ready for anything that comes their way. We want to prep them for those curveballs. Another rule with this would be make it tough, not impossible. So I don't want people to be a pushover in role play. I don't want them to be like, oh, you sold me, I'm in, sign me up for your most expensive package. Haha, is like a goofy, fun thing to do. It's funny at first, but nobody improves because of that. So instead, I want my client to push back on the salesperson, to give them a hard time. But again, don't make it impossible. So you can be like, there's nothing, I'll never buy anything from you. Like that's not valuable either, but push back on them. Give them 2, maybe 3 objections before you cave and go for the sale. And make sure that when they're responding to those objections, you as the client, quote unquote, like you legitimately would want to say yes to it. If you're just like, I'm actually not sold. If I were the client, like I wouldn't be buying from this person. That's fine. Then don't buy. Push back until they create a convincing argument. That's the resistance training here. That's the challenge that they have to go through. That's how they get better. They have to put in these reps. We can't expect our clients to walk up to a lifting platform and perform or execute an excellent snatch. They're not going to be able to do that if they don't practice the technique and the movement for months and months and months and months and years and years and years and years, right? If they're not doing that, they're not getting better. They're not refining the motion. We have to put in the reps to refine the motions of the sales process. And role play is single-handedly the best way to do that, right? The worst way to do that is to just ask them to go and do the thing, right? Hey, you're in charge of sales now. You have an appointment tomorrow at 2. Thumbs up, good luck, I guess. That is maybe the worst way to train and develop a sales team. And I know that from experience because I've come from that background in a few different corporate settings. It's not ideal. I've been put through it myself. I've been asked to put my staff through that. And it has the lowest efficacy rate that I've ever seen in terms of developing and training a sales team. It's just not the best way to do it. Role play sessions, best way to do it. So you got to make time for it, right? You have to make time for this. That's really the premise, I would say, of this whole episode is that if you want your team to get better, you have to make the time for them to get better. And you have to put them through the ringer and you have to take charge of it. So you be the disruptor. You be the administrator of this process. And make sure that you have that sales appointment booked. That's my soapbox moment. I'm stepping back off of it. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. If it was, obviously continue to listen to the show on a weekly basis. And if you guys need anything from us, feel free to reach out to Lasso. We appreciate y'all for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast with Blake Ruff and Sherman Merricks. We hope you enjoyed. We believe marketing should increase revenue and not waste money. So book your free call today. Head on over to lassoframework.com. That's lassoframework.com and find the right words, get more customers, and increase your revenue. We'll see you here next time.